Making news this week, Bill Shorten quizzed by the Royal Commission over undisclosed donations.
Anti-McDonald's campaign regained momentum after food giant launched an appeal.
And window cleaners' life hangs in the balance as wild winds sent them flying.
This is the Evening News with Ivan Leung and Danielle Staniskov.
Good evening. In a spectacular showdown this week, Labour leader Bill Shorten finally appeared on the Royal Commission inquiry witness box as Australians watched with interest. His failure to answer about the undisclosed donations of $300,000 to his former union has led to doubts of his credibility.
Opposition leader Bill Shorten is under fire for his alleged involvement in the union corruption after 2 days of questioning at the Royal Commission, where his credibility was questioned by Commissioner Dyson Hayden after failing to give clear answers over his case.
What I'm concerned about more is your credibility as a witness. And perhaps your self-interest as a witness as well.
Mr. Shorten, on the other hand, felt he had answered enough questions, having stated the Royal Commission as a political witch hunt and smear campaign by his political rivals, also having regarded Tony Abbott as debating democracy for his role in the Royal Commission. Mixed views have been made regarding Mr. Shorten's current scandal, where the public have had their say on things.
At this point in time, there's nothing circumstantial that has been provided that would lead me to change my view in that I still trust him.
He's not answered those questions because I think they're very difficult to answer. But look, inherently I trust him.
However, a member of the Liberal Party's federal executive was not convinced of Mr. Shorten's appearance.
I really think, the Prime Minister is the most important job in the country, and we want to have someone there who we don't have any doubts about these things, and he just hasn't done what needs to be done to clear the air.
Cesilla, Faustina, State Parliament.
We continue with more local news. McDonald's has appealed against the Development Assessment Panel's decision to forbid the conglomerate's proposal to open a new store on Reynolds Road in Applecross. A rally was held in the area as local residents are concerned that the plan might rise from the ashes. Helene Fung reports.
"I'm not loving it" was the message that about 50 local Applecross residents want to send back to McDonald's when they staged a protest Friday morning at the site where McDonald's plans to build a 24 hours, 2 stories mega outlet.
There's people whose bedroom windows are going to be up against the drive-through, so those people in the middle of the night are going to hear things like, "Would you like to upsize that?"
The site on Reynolds Road is currently zoned residential, and the Development Assessment Panel has already turned down McDonald's application to rezone the site. But McDonald's wants to appeal that decision. Interestingly, the protesters included plenty of children and their parents, precisely the demographic the popular fast food restaurant intends to target.
This road is a local road. It's only designed to take 3,000 cars, and according to the Melville City Council's report, they're projecting 6,500 cars coming down here, so it's a safety issue for our children who are going to the school at the end of the road.
The community plans further protests as McDonald's appeal with the State Administrative Tribunal proceeds further. Helene Fung, WAMN News.
Helene Fung reporting, and you can also read the story on the website. The Department of Housing will demolish the rundown public housing block in Holland Street after it was labelled as a slum by the opposition. Trashed units, boarded-up windows, dirty front yards and the smell of cannabis has turned the place into an eyesore. A document showed the department was renting some of these low-quality flats to private tenants to reduce the amount of criticism due to empty houses.
This is a complex which is owned by the Government of Western Australia and leased out to some of the most vulnerable in our society. The government has become a slum landlord, and when we've asked the Minister to respond, nobody can find him.
Fremantle citizens appear to be increasingly satisfied with the city's improvement, according to a survey published this week. The youth service received a biggest improvement rating rise of 21%, followed by a 13% satisfaction increase on family services and facilities. Other areas, including parking and environmental issues, have also received a boost. The council's CEO is confident that more progress will be made.
Generally, the global economic crisis, people were generally and most councils, in fact, through that period subsequently had results that weren't as good as previous results during the boom times, of course. So we've picked ourselves back up and slightly ahead of that curve now, and now it's just marching forward.
terrifying vision of 3 window cleaners who were trapped on a flying cleaning platform has gone viral. The incident happened at Shanghai's 92-level tall World Financial Center after strong winds sent the platform swaying in wild directions. Despite the platform smashing onto the glass several times, no lives were lost, but the workers were left traumatized by the experience.
Tunisia is in crisis this weekend as the government has plans to construct a 160-kilometre-long border wall, preventing ISIL militants from sneaking into the country. Earlier, 38 foreign tourists were killed by ISIL-inspired terrorist attacks in the tourist city of Sousse. The British Foreign Ministry has urged citizens to avoid travelling to Tunisia if possible, fearing there will be more terrorist attacks on the way.
And finally tonight, patients will get to enjoy better hospital foods with more sensation and fanciness after the government launched a scheme to improve food quality. The program will gather patients' opinions, helping to shape the menu, making the meals more enjoyable. Local media and food personality Verity James has been appointed for the next 4 months to oversee changes.
This is one way where we can really make a difference, and that's why it's so exciting to be part of this whole project.
People aren't in hospital for a long period of time. They're normally very sick when they're here, and we've decided that we want to improve the quality of food that they get when they're in hospital so that at least they get something that tastes reasonable.
And those are the stories you need to know this week. We have the latest news on our website.
Please be nice to each other until we see you again next Sunday. Good night.
Good night.